Howdy, folks, and welcome back to an Ahsoka reaction. We are up to episode 6. Last episode 5, I should mute my phone. Last episode 5, sorry. We had the amazing episode with Anakin. And a lot of people are convinced, I heard a lot of people, even interactors, saying that she's in the world between worlds. I don't think she was. I think that was just a setting that either her mind or Anakin that was just created. And I think it's not, because when she broke through, she went somewhere else. You know, she didn't view the past. She went into a memory, which I don't think is how the world between worlds works, at least as established in Rebels. So I think that was all it was spiritual. I don't think it was in her head. I think that was really Anakin's Force Ghost. I think it was some sort of Force spiritual plane that they were on that for a while looked like the world between worlds, but then was in different memories, right? So anyway, it was really good. I think that Anakin served his purpose. A lot of people were like, no, don't go away. Well, he finished his job. He did his main purpose at that point was to convince Ahsoka, not only give her or let her come to the realization that she wanted to live, which was the big time. I mean, whenever he kept saying live or die, he was saying, you're on the brink. You're dying. You have to decide whether or not you want to live or die. It wasn't a case of him trying to kill her. He was just doing that as a way to get her to realize she wanted to live. And I think the secondary part was she was on this downward psychological path, thinking that all she could ever become is what he became, basically, just war, just death, destruction. That was her legacy. And he had to kind of convince her, no, you can be something else. So anyway, it was great. I enjoyed it. And unfortunately, Dave Filoni has set himself up for a big downfall, because he produced what a lot of people are saying is like definitely the best televised Star Wars they've ever seen. But some people are saying it's the best Star Wars they've ever seen. I don't know that I'd go that far, but it was really good. And now, how's he going to top it? He's got to at least equal it. So I was going to ask questions like, are we going to see Baylan and those guys? But then Baylan's in the thumbnail. So thank you, Disney Plus, for putting Baylan in a thumbnail. So now I know he's going to be in this. But we kind of figured he would, right? Because they got to catch up with them. Now, the question is, is Ahsoka going to arrive this episode? Or is this episode going to be mostly what's happening with Sabine and Baylan and Shin and all those guys there at the end of the galaxy? Did they make it already? Have they arrived as well? Or are they still journeying? We'll find out. Are we going to see Thrawn this episode? A lot of people are. I suspect we'll see him, but I think towards the end of this episode. And then, then we'll see more in the remaining story that we have. So anyway, enough talk. Let's get going and see what Dave Filoni did to follow up on an amazing episode. Distant Purgle calls. So cool to see him traveling through hyperspace. And I like how the effect is so different to show you, and so much faster, even to show you that they are booking it. They are really going fast. Looks like we are going to get some Ahsoka. How about what happened to her? Yeah.
There's something I didn't tell her about Sabine.
Or not.
She went with the enemy.
Yeah, that's all she was thinking about.
Second thought. Tell me one of those stories. Your choice.
She doesn't want to think about it anymore.
Very well. Far, far away.
There we go. Far, far away. Cool title. Now, Sabine, but have they arrived, or are they traveling? Still a prisoner. Interesting that they took all her armor off except her knee pads. Or knee guards, or whatever they are, knee pieces. They're still traveling, I take it.
Hey!
I think he's going to keep it, but I think he doesn't know that Ezra's there. So I guess the way he's looking at it is if we find Ezra, yeah, you get to see him, but I have no idea where Ezra is. Not my goal. Wow. Okay. Okay, there are planets. I was going to say, are they in the middle of nowhere? Oh, no. Dead whales. No. That's sad. So the dead whales make up most of the rings of this planet? The whales and the decomposing matter? Kind of grim. She's so confident it's going to be Thrawn. Oh, Shin, yeah. I was going to say, I think she has a special kind of animosity or something towards Sabine, so let us also pause and reflect on the fact that this is a pretty momentous occasion in the history of Star Wars, right? This is the first time, at least in live action or even animation, in non-book form, I guess, because I don't know all the books. Maybe the books have gone to another galaxy. But the first time especially in the new canon, first time going to another galaxy. Wow. Night witches? Night sisters, witches? I was checking to see if Shin has both lightsabers. What happened to Ezra's lightsaber? I mean, Sabine was knocked out of her hands, but then after Shin ran and then Sabine followed that, why wouldn't she have picked it up? So I don't know if we saw it, but I wonder if Shin has it.
Welcome, child of Dathomir. You do our ancestors credit.
Oh, looking at Shin. I guess she wasn't looking at Shin. Maybe she was looking at Balin. Yeah, Balin does seem to be honorable in the sense that he keeps his word. So I think he's a little upset that she's being taken away and not left in his care. Those look like wolves to me. Yeah, as I suspected. A lot of people were wondering, trying to figure out his age. He said he knew Anakin. He was a contemporary of Anakin. He was an adult when Order 66 came. He was already out there as a Jedi Knight, I guess, when 66 came. So that's one of the reasons he survived. I mean, a lot of them were cut down, but he managed to survive. But he was not an apprentice or a Padawan of somebody like a lot of the other survivors. He was a full-fledged Jedi Knight. I mean, he was like Obi-Wan and Yoda. They survived too.
The Jedi
sort of power is fleeting.
That's not the power he was talking about, huh? A lot of people had the theory that she's actually his daughter, and I kind of did too in the beginning, thinking that would be the safest way to recruit an apprentice. Your own child, you wouldn't, you would not raise suspicion amongst other people if you found somebody. But then again, she could also just be an orphan or somebody who was on the street that he found or something that he realized had a great potential. It doesn't sound like they're related in that way, like their family. So I'm guessing no. She's gonna try Force stuff, huh? Wow. That's not her. Yeah, she's realizing it's kind of like a Grogu sort of thing in season 1 of Mandalorian, where he thought he had killed that one droid who was trying to kill him, and it turned out to be Din who did it. Din Djarin. Same sort of thing. She just finally realized, wait a minute, I'm not doing that. Have the Purgle arrived? Or Thrawn? Thrawn. Look at all the repair work, man. This is like a Super Star Destroyer or something, to keep all that stuff working. Look at all the repairs with different sorts of metals. Wow, they're just going to settle down on this pedestal. That's awesome. Oh yeah, we're going to see Thrawn. Wow, they're now called Night Troopers, and they're chanting Thrawn because I guess he kept them alive. Or are these new recruits? No, he took a lot of troopers went with that destroyer, right? Like, are these the originals? Or are they some new recruits as well? Enoch, huh? There's Thrawn.
Prisoner is Sabine Wren.
Now there's a familiar name.
Oh yeah, he knows her.
Where's Ezra?
Does he even know? Oh no. The head of the guard is actually Ezra? Everybody was kind of right but wrong when they said he turned to the dark side? Or that Ezra had, that Thrawn had corrupted him?
You shall have provisions.
No. Okay, never mind.
And our latest
Overreaction. They're giving her weapons back. It looks like that one trooper is holding them. They're kind of like wolves. Oh, and her lightsaber. I mean, she wanted to find Ezra. They don't know where Ezra is. He said he'll honor the agreement and give her any tips they have, but basically just setting her free and say, hey, go for it. Here's your weapons. Like this guy said, die well. They don't expect her to survive.
I follow her. At your own pace.
Oh, boy. Okay, they gave her back her armor, too. She just doesn't have her helmet.
Steady.
Oh, good thing she has her armor. She could really use her jetpack. Oh, she's going to be captured. Dang it. Or not. Great. Scanner's dead. Must be really beyond repair if Sabine throws it down without bothering to try to repair it. They're riding essentially wolves, and their names are based on wolves. Very cool. I see how this actually serves Thrawn, too, letting her go find Ezra. Because if Ezra is still alive, then he's a threat, right? Because he brought him down and basically brought him here. And he could do the same again. So he's a threat. So it's in his best interest that if he's around to find him and then cut him down. But does Balin really want to cut him down? He said he's trying to find the source and stop it once and for all. What is the source? Is he going to try to recruit Ezra? How would Shin react to that? I don't know. These are all just crazy, wild things running through my head. They've developed quite a bond after only being together for a couple of hours, maybe. Why would she send him off? Doesn't make any sense. She doesn't like him right now. She's a little mad. But he's a mount, and he, even though he's a coward, can still help her move. He's going to follow her, though. Yep. He's got nowhere else to be. Definitely smells something.
You were thirsty.
No, there's something else there.
Okay, yeah, that trick's over.
She has another one. This is all interesting and cute and all, but I have to point out, and I'm thinking about it now, it's taking a long time. We're eating up precious story time here. Oh no, that's got to be from Ezra. Got to be a connection to Ezra.
Ezra, do you...
Wolf he can smell, but he just doesn't know where they all are. I love this. I'm going to keep calling him a wolf. I love this wolf because he's just like the reason. You can tell the reason they gave it. I don't know if it's a he or a her to Sabine is because probably the runt of the litter, probably the worst.
Greater than their own.
Oh, interesting thought. What would that power be? Not Ezra, right? Interesting mechanism they have. I presume those aren't like natural shells. They're just ones they found and use as protection and to hide. But they're small, seemingly fairly weak species, so that makes sense. I mean, it's a protective mechanism that they've developed over the generations. Do not eat anything. Aw, baby. Well, I take it back. It looks like those are naturally developed shells. That baby had one. Shells are a part of their body, apparently.
I knew I could count on you.
There he is. Much older. Much scruffier. Yeah, he doesn't know the outcome of the rebellion.
It worked.
Bean.
Hey.
Yeah, he can tell it's because she doesn't want to talk about it. She did something bad.
Can't wait to go home.
Good luck. Oh, I mean, obviously he's going to go home if he survives. But still, there's people who want to stop you. But what she doesn't know is Ahsoka's on her way. With the Purgle. Now, whether or not the Purgle will take them back, I'm sure she and Ezra can figure out a way to convince the Purgle to take them back. So they know that Ahsoka's on her way with the whales.
Well, that is unwelcome. Master, everything.
Oh, her master. You knew her master.
Yes, Grand Admiral.
Okay. This was a pretty good follow-up. Pacing was a little slow in the middle with the search for Ezra by Sabine. The rest of it moved pretty quickly. We saw Thrawn much earlier than I thought. I really thought he would appear at the end on this episode, but he this was pretty much started out meeting up with him, and it's all around him. It's all surrounding him, the story at this point. And then, of course, Sabine and Ezra finding each other. I honestly didn't think we would necessarily find Ezra this episode. I'm not even sure I really thought we would find Ezra at all, meaning that I thought one of the outcomes might have been that he died, but then again, now that I think about it, it's a Dave Filoni show. If Ezra's going to go out, we're going to see a body, essentially, or know that there's no way he could have survived, kind of like a Kanan sort of thing. So I should have known he'd be there. So we found him too. Cool. It's Ezra can tell it's Sabine doesn't want to admit or tell him how she got there because she basically gave in to the bad guys who've come to bring Thrawn back, and if he found that out, he'd immediately want to go try to stop it because that's who he is, and she should too. But she was just so obsessed with finding him. And I wonder if she's going to admit that she actually loves him at some point, because she never really got the chance. He had a crush on her that he kind of, I think at some point realized wasn't going to happen. Didn't think it would happen. So he kind of stopped crushing. I don't think he stopped crushing on her. I think he still always liked her, which he did say in the recording, like a sister to me. But I think that was just his way of being nice, because figuring he was in the friend zone or the family zone. But it's pretty clear, I think, that she did really find him romantically attractive, romantically interesting towards the end, and then it was too late. And that seems to be why she's so obsessed to find him. I don't think it's just because he's a fellow rebel or a part of her team or a part of her family, so to speak. I don't think it's just that. I think there's more to it, and I wonder if that'll come out at all. The people that he hooked up with, pretty cool. The little nomadic little people, what are they? They're like turtle sort of descendants in a way. Pretty cool. I love the connection, how the Rebel Alliance logo that she actually designed was on her armor and matched their little amulets that they carry to represent Ezra, because that's a design that he had, apparently. Either he had or he made. Maybe he drew it for them or something. I don't remember if he had it on him. Did he have it on his uniform when he was taken? I don't remember. I have to go back and watch the end of Rebels. I don't know. But so cool. Ahsoka's coming. They now know Ahsoka's coming. Ahsoka is a concern. Very powerful Jedi. I love the part where Thrawn said, because that's what Thrawn does. He wants to know everything about his enemies. He wants to know everything, including who her master was. And if he finds out her master was, as he knew him, Darth Vader. I think Thrawn always probably thought he could outsmart Vader, but I don't think he thought he could outfight him. I think he still had a very healthy sense of fear and respect for Vader. So if he finds out that Anakin/Vader was her master, I don't know if that'll color his opinion of her at all, one way or another. But she's coming and she's angry. I hate how he said if any of the whales try to approach the planet to destroy them. Hopefully they don't. I really hope they don't. I really hope we don't see any whale death here other than their natural deaths, which we saw a ton of in the rings. And how both cool and creepy and sad and macabre was that the ring of this planet is made up of dead and decaying Purgle. That's fascinating, as Spock would say, right? Different show, different universe, but still very cool. I hope that Ahsoka and Huyang get out of the whale's mouth when they arrive and then go to the planet on their own instead of bringing the whales closer. Hopefully they won't do that. And I don't think they will. Do you really think Dave Filoni's going to kill Purgle? He showed dead Pearl, but as far as we could tell, they come there to die, so that's natural death as far as we can tell. So I think that's something he might do, but it's kind of a way of showing respect to them more than anything else. But killing them, I don't know. So this was another good episode. It was good. Again, how do you compare the two, right? Because last episode had a lot of nostalgia, a lot of people remembering Anakin and all of that stuff, and and then discovering Jason's abilities and stuff last episode. So it was a really great episode. This was a great episode too because we discovered a whole new galaxy, whole new planet. We learned more about the Purgle. We learned more about the people on this planet, the animals. We learned more about how Thrawn survived. He said his numbers have dwindled, so I take it that all of his troopers are actual troopers from the Star Destroyer when he arrived. I have to go back and check the last episode or last episodes of Rebels, because weren't more than one Star Destroyer pulled? I guess, I think he's this is a Super Star Destroyer, right? I think that's just the only one that actually arrived, that actually came, that he still got at least. Maybe it's the only one that's still in one piece. Maybe all of that patchwork was from other ships. I don't know. But they've definitely been repairing it. And the armor of all the troopers looks pretty repaired and patched up too. So we learned a lot. Like I said, pacing was just a little slow in the hunt, but otherwise pretty good. Obviously, they've set up that next episode. To me, obviously, they've set up that next episode we're going to have Shin and Baylan, as well as maybe the bandits, if he allies with them in some way, raiding these poor turtle people to try to get at Ezra and Sabine. Now, why does he want to kill Ezra? He said that he can sense the source, and he said something is calling out. They're afraid of something on the planet. I don't think that's Ezra. Wouldn't that be what Baylan really wants to go do? Why is he bothering trying to kill Ezra and Sabine? Why would he care? You know? I mean, it doesn't look like Ron would ever let them back on the ship to come back, so why would he care? That part I don't get, I think. Because it doesn't seem like he has any sort of personal vendetta. I could get why Shin wants to kill her. She doesn't like her. She's pissed her off one too many times, but I don't get why Baylan's doing that instead of hunting for what he seems to want to hunt for, whatever the thing is that he's sensing, that he's feeling and seeing and all that he keeps talking about. And what is that? What is that? What is on this planet that the Night Sisters are worried about or frightened of, that Baylan can sense and is compelled to find and believes is some sort of power, that unprecedented power like you've never known before, or whatever he said. I don't think that was Thrawn when he said that. It's something else, something that was calling to him from this planet, I guess. Anyway, it's just fascinating stuff. I liked the little bit we got with Ahsoka and Huyang. Ahsoka didn't seem quite as happy as she did at the end of the last episode. She seemed a little more at ease, more Ahsoka the White, actually kind of cracking a smile and making a joke. This time she seemed very worried, and so worried that I think she wanted to get her mind off it, which is why she had Huyang start one of the stories, which beautifully started out with a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. The beginning of episode 4. I just love it. Okay, guys, before I leave, before I say goodbye, after I stopped recording, I saw this. I don't know how I didn't notice. Claudia Black, one of my favorite actors of all time. I'm a huge Farscape fan, who's an SG-1 as well. Claudia Black looks like played the grandmother or whatever her name was, I'm guessing. I have to go back now and watch. How did I miss that? Awesome. Anyway, guys, let me know what you thought in the comments. Let me check real quick to see if there's any. If I miss one of these in credit scenes, Star Wars doesn't really do that. That's more of a Marvel thing. Yeah, they didn't do it. Let me know what you thought in the comments, and what you're thinking about. What is the thing that Baylan wants? What is it? Any ideas? Any theories? Let me know. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time. Bye bye.